Honorable members of the Richmond City Council, I am here today not only as a concerned citizen, but also as a parent deeply troubled by the direction the beautiful British Columbia has been taking to fight the drug issue. While it takes just half an hour to travel from Richmond to Chinatown, my 2 children have long refused to go there anymore because none of us feels safe. We all fear for our own safety. In fact, my children, my family, and my friends have tried to avoid the downtown area altogether, as it has been distressing and heartbreaking to see people stumbling about, unable to even stand up straight, and their dignity completely stripped away by addiction. Even when we walk down just 1 block in downtown, we would inevitably smell the stench of drugs and feel sick from it. And yet me and my children, we dare not even cover our nose for fear of drawing attention to ourselves and risking confrontation with those whose mental state may have been adversely affected by the drugs. And that's how pathetic it has been. There was a time when we were about to go to a restaurant on Granville in downtown. 3 people were lying at the shop front, bodies twisted, one of them motionless. I quickly decided to go somewhere else because it felt unsafe. I knew even if we passed through the door fine, we would have been worried and anxious for the rest of the dinner. My 10-year-old asked me after we rushed back to our car, "Mom, I feel sorry for those homeless, and I feel equally sorry for the restaurant owner and the landlord. How are these people going to survive? How are the businesses ever going to survive?" Her questions rightly tell us how the current focus on just harm reduction has failed all of us in here, including the drug users, business owners, families and children, as well as all taxpayers. The Safe Consumption site on Hastings has been running for more than 20 years by now, with millions and millions of dollars pouring into opening up similar services throughout the entire province. However, illicit drug death toll in BC alone has doubled in the last 8 years to more than 6 deaths a day currently. Drug toxicity is the leading cause of death for people aged 10 to 59 in BC, higher than homicides, suicides, accidents, and natural diseases all combined. Harm reduction measures such as consumption sites not only fail to keep up with how much more toxic and affordable street drugs have become these days, but also devastated the neighboring communities, destroying the hard-earned livings of thousands of residents and businesses. The drug policy of Canada is failing because the focus has been overwhelmingly on harm reduction only, with all these other 3 critical pillars, i.e. prevention, enforcement, and treatment, completely falling apart. Richmond City Council should seek for a holistic evaluation of these safe consumption sites, which I do not agree with the name, before even attempting to ever discuss, let alone to cast a vote on it. How many SCS visitors have been able to quit drug at the end, and how long it has taken them, for example? Where did they buy the illicit drugs from? In what neighborhood? How far is that from the center? How did they finance themselves? Any criminal offense in the process of financing themselves to buy illicit drugs on the streets? Those who lost their lives due to overdose, how many of them are actually frequent users of these consumption sites? Have we ever given a voice to the neighbors of these consumption sites, in particular Chinatown people? How have their lives been affected because of the site? And how are we planning to rightly step up the prevention, enforcement, and treatment to truly address the drug issues? A responsible counselor would do all they can to stop any discussion on opening just another site until all